All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Please be seated.
Admission of lawyers. Pio San An.
May it please the court, I move that An Hiros Hon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Haisun An be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samuel James Bartlett.
May it please the court, I move that Samuel James Bartlett be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Samuel James Bartlett be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marina Billick.
May it please the court, I move that Marina Billick be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Marina Billick be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tessa Leanne Bourne.
May it please the court, I move that Tessa Leanne Bourne be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tessa Leanne Bourne be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Marcus Raymond Bushell.
May it please the court, I move that Marcus Raymond Bushell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Let Marcus Raymond Bushell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Erin Elizabeth Duggan.
May it please the court, I move that Erin Elizabeth Duggan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Erin Elizabeth Duggan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lauren Ashley Estridge.
May it please the court, I move that Lauren Ashley Estridge be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lauren Ashley Estridge be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ye Yun Fong.
May it please the court, I move that Yi Yun Fung be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yi Yun Fong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Gemma Galasso.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Sarah Gemma Galasso be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Gemma Galasso be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Siwei Aurelia Go.
May it please the court, I move that Siwei Aurelia Go be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
Let
court.
Si Wei Aurelia Go be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xiao Wen Gu.
May it please the court, I move that Zhao Wen Gu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zhao Wen Gu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Si Qian He.
May it please the court, I move that Sitian He be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sitian He be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Phoebe K. Abuedo Herrera.
May it please the court, I move that Phoebe K. Abuedo Herrera be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Phoebe K. Abuedo Herrera be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jonathan Charles Hopkins.
May it please the court, I move that Jonathan Charles Hopkins be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jonathan Charles Hopkins be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shi Huang.
May it please the court, I move that Shi Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Si Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nandita Jagota.
May it please the court, I move that Nandita Jakota be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nandita Jakota be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Simon Fahed Jasso.
May it please the court, I move that Simon Fahed Jashan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Simon Fahed Jassan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Laura Ann Gordon Johnson.
May it please the court, I move that Laura Ann Gordon Johnston be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Laura Ann Gordon Johnson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emma Jane Kench.
May it please the court, I move that Emma Jane Kench be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emma Jane Kench be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elena Suleiman Khan.
May it please the court, I move that Alina Suleiman Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alina Suleiman Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chi Ho Kong.
May it please the court, I move that Chi Hong Kong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Chi Ho Kong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kaylin Marvey Kramer.
May it please the court, I move that Kaylin Marvin Kramer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Kaylin Marvey Kramer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Min Ann Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Min Ann Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Min Ann Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Solomon Jacob Lebovitz.
May it please the court, I move that Solomon Jacob Lebovitz be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
That
court.
Solomon Jacob Lebovitz be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Louise Locke.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Louise Locke be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Olivia Louise Locke be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
William Zhang Makarichev.
May it please the court, I move that William Zhang Makarichev be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That William Zhang Makarichev be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nathan Mangian.
May it please the court, I move that Nathan Mangian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Nathan Mangian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Reshma Mary Matthew Augustine.
May it please the court, I move that Reshna Mary Matthew Augustine be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Reshma Mary Matthew Augustine be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maisie Annabelle McFadgen.
May it please the court, I move that Maisie Annabelle McFadgen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Maisie Annabelle McFadgen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew John McKeon.
May it please the court, I move that Matthew John McKeon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
That
court.
Matthew John McKeon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natalie Y. Lam Mock.
May it please the court, I move that Natalie Waylam Mock be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Natalie Waylam Mock be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mitchell Ethan Morrison.
May it please the court, I move that Mitchell Ethan Morrison be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Mitchell Ethan Morrison be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgina Marie Morton.
May it please the court, I move that Georgina Marie Morton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Georgina Marie Morton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ahmed Samir Naismond.
May it please the court, I move that Ahmed Samir Niazman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ahmed Samir Naismand be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brandon Chu Nguyen.
May it please the court, I move that Brandon Thew Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Brandon Thew Nguyen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucinda Ann Nobis.
May it please the court, I move that Lucinda Ann Nobis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lucinda Ann Nobis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kempston Stephen O'Connor.
May it please the court, I move that Kempston Stephen O'Connor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Kempston Stephen O'Connor be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lachlan Alexander Osborne.
May it please the court, I move that Lachlan Alexander Osborne be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lachlan Alexander Osborne be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Katie Pang.
May it please the court, I move that Katie Pang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Katie Pang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
David Michael Phillips.
May it please the court, I move that David Michael Phillips be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That David Michael Phillips be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bianca Polifroni.
May it please the court, I move that Bianca Polifroni be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Bianca Polifroni be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Catherine Molly Proctor.
May it please the court, I move that Catherine Molly Proctor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Catherine Molly Proctor be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fasia Rose.
May it please the court, I move that Fasia Rose be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Fasia Rose be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yuji Sato.
May it please the court, I move that Yuji Sato be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Yuji Sato be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Talia Sarah Shepherd.
May it please the court, I move that Talia Sarah Shepherd be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Talia Sarah Shepherd be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mei Sun.
May it please the court, I move that May's son be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Mei Sun be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hong Lian Sandra Tan.
May it please the court, I move that Hong Lian Sandra Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hong Lian Sandra Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anup Taneja.
May it please the court, I move that Anup Taneja be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anup Taneja be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Liam James Kevin Terry.
May it please the court, I move that Liam James Kevin Terry be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Liam James Kevin Terry be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chelsea Hin Ying Sang.
May it please the court, I move that Chelsea Hin Ying Sang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chelsea Hin Ying Sang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zin Yi Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Xin Yi Wang be admitted as lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Xin Yi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicholas Andrew Wigney.
May it please the court, I move that Nicholas Andrew Wigney be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicholas Andrew Wigney be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Terence Wong.
May it please the court, I move that Terence Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Terence Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hugh Yen Crystal Yung.
May it please the court, I move that Hugh Yang Crystal Yung be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hugh Yan Crystal Yung be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jennifer Sun Yung Yi.
May it please the court, I move that Jennifer Sun Young Yi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jennifer Sun Yung Yi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
John Musa Yusuf.
May it please the court, I move that John Musa Yusuf be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let John Musa Yusuf be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jing Yu Jung.
May it please the court, I move that Jing Yu Zhong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jing Yu Zhong be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those applicants whose admission has just been moved to stand and remain standing for the purpose of swearing an oath or making a declaration. So please stand as and when directed by the officiating officer.
Could the first two rows on my right please stand? Hyo Sun An, Samuel James Bartlett, Marina Billick, Tessa Leanne Vaughan, Marcus Raymond Bushell, Erin Elizabeth Duggan, Lauren Ashley Estrich, Yi Yun Fung, Sarah Gemma Galasso, Si Wei Aurelia Go, Xiao Wen Gu, Si Chan He, Phoebe K. Abuedo Herrera, Jonathan Charles Hopkins, Shi Huang, Nandita Jagota. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me, Lord.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Simon Fahed Jashan, Laura Ann Gordon Johnson, Emma Jane Kench, Elena Suleiman Khan, Chi Ho Kong, Kaylin Marvy Kramer, Min Ann Lee, Solomon Jacob Levovitz, Olivia Louise Locke, William Zhang Makarichev, Nathan Mangan, Reshna Mary Matthew Augustine, Maisie Annabelle McFadgen, Matthew John McKeon, Natalie Waylam Mock, Mitchell Ethan Morrison, Georgina Marie Morton, Ahmad Samir Niazmand, Brandon Tu Nguyen. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And can the row in front of me please stand? Lucinda Ann Nobis, Kempston Stephen O'Connor, Lachlan Alexander Osborne, Katie Pang, David Michael Phillips, Bianca Polifroni, Catherine Molly Proctor, Fasia Rose, Yuji Sato. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
Please help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows on my left please stand? Talia Sarah Shepherd, Mei Sun, Hong Lian Sandra Tan, Anup Taneja, Liam James Kevin Terry, Chelsea Hin Ying Sang, Yinzi Wong, Nicholas Andrew Wigney, Terence Wong, Hin Yen Crystal Yung, Jennifer Sun Yung Yi, John Musa Yusuf, and Jing Yu Zhong. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to the Banco Court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench today, to my right, Justice Kavanagh, who's a judge of the Common Law Division, and to my left, Justice Sweeney, who is also a judge of the Common Law Division. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice this morning. And we have done so sitting on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years. The court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I'm also pleased to welcome on the bench, sitting with us today, Justice Michael Wigney of the Federal Court of Australia, Senior Judge of that court. Welcome. To all the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today, this morning, is one of great celebration for you all. We up here on the bench know how hard you have all worked to get here. It's a memory that will never really leave you. I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable, especially many of you have been studying and working through the pandemic. No doubt, your friends and family have also been on the receiving end of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion. I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you a long and very civilised lunch or dinner later in the day. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back to the 12th century. And this court first admitted lawyers in 1824, nearly 200 years ago. And by 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto the rolls in this state, as you will do immediately after this ceremony. Your admission ceremony falls on a particularly historic day, as today marks exactly 200 years since the issue of the letters patent comprising the Third Charter of Justice, which was the foundational document for this court, and was the document by which our first Chief Justice, Sir Francis Forbes, who's on the back row to the left, was appointed. He's still here looking over us, as are all of my predecessors. This ceremony is attended by unique formalities, including the fact, as we've just seen, that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers. They are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have made. And I want to emphasise that those promises and undertakings apply whether or not you practice in court or practice in a commercial or non-litigious space. Your undertakings as a solicitor of this court apply in whatever area you practice, whether it's in court or not. That's a very important point to remember. You're members of the one profession. In terms of tradition and formality, you will see from the portraits on the walls of the court that we up here on the bench are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. Symbolically, that highlights the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much global uncertainty and insecurity, the rule of law is more important than ever, and not simply a phrase of some theoretical import. The rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. We know, looking around the world, that there is nothing theoretical about those threats and risks to democracy. The law touches all parts of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. Whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law office, a government department or agency, the Aboriginal Legal Service, or in an entirely different field, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice. And you must strive at all times to maintain and uphold and promote these cardinal values. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic, and not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. We've seen in recent years, hastened by the pandemic, a rapid shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, which has contributed to a reduction in costs and logistical difficulties for some litigants, as well as delivering greater workplace flexibility, especially for practitioners with family responsibilities and in regional and remote communities. But while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction and human beings at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, interact with each other, perform under pressure, and the like. There have, of course, been other important changes in our profession that deserve attention in addition to those hastened by the pandemic. The composition of the profession is increasingly diverse, not only in terms of gender, but also in terms of ethnic diversity. In terms of gender, the profession has changed dramatically. In New South Wales, women were originally not even permitted to practice, but since 2018, women have made up more than half of all solicitors with a practicing certificate in New South Wales and currently make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 30. And some of the most senior positions, many of the most senior positions in the law in Australia are held by distinguished female lawyers, including the current Chief Justices of the High Court, of the Federal Court, as well as the Supreme Courts of Victoria, Queensland and the ACT. And this state's Director of Public Prosecutions and Senior Public Defender and the President of the New South Wales Bar Association and of the Law Society of New South Wales are all distinguished female practitioners. There should be also strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our rich cosmopolitan community. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community. The admission ceremonies on which I have sat, including this ceremony since becoming a judge almost 5 years ago, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That's a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity in the profession. That in turn builds trust in and respect for the judiciary, the legal profession, and ultimately the rule of law. Now, let me now offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake I always advise young practitioners not to make is to fall into the trap of giving your clients the advice you think they might want to hear. That will almost always not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. Being a lawyer means that you're an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, and an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position. For these reasons, you must always strive to deliver legal services not only competently and fiercely, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. And in that context, I wish to emphasise the importance of what some regard as the old-fashioned notion of civility. I don't regard it as old-fashioned, I regard it as essential. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational. The practice of the law can be stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as it sometimes does. It is essential that in your professional lives you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession and not simply a business. And remember this, the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that admonition. For a non-lawyer, the law is often incomprehensible, and one of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others, sometimes by deciphering legal complexity, other times by deciphering poor legal drafting, and sometimes simply getting to the bottom of a messy factual situation, explaining how those facts fit into their proper legal framework to bring clarity and resolution to a dispute or an emerging dispute. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your writing and your speaking. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both extremely important. There may, and I dare say, will be times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because well-motivated lawyers want to go the extra mile for their clients. They want to make sure that the case is properly prepared, that the advice is comprehensive, that the client fully understands what is happening and the issues and the effect. That is a high responsibility, but it can be and often is physically and mentally taxing, as I say. So you must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it, as frankly we all have from time to time, and occasionally I dare say still do, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. You should remember that and know, if you don't already know, that the law is a highly collegiate profession. In this context, I'm going to call on Ms. Hall, a young member of the bar, to offer some words of welcome to you. Ms. Hall, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Emily Hall, and I commenced practice at the bar last month, so I well understand the feelings of new beginnings that many of you in this room may be feeling today. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, let me warmly welcome you to the legal profession. I remember sitting where you are today some years ago now, and it remains one of my most exciting career milestones. The legal profession is an old one based on precedent and the rule of law, but it is also a profession that grows and adapts to new practices and technologies, but also to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today and the profession more broadly is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of this profession. The job is intellectually challenging, but it also provides a unique opportunity for you to utilise your education and training to advise and represent people in court who really need your assistance. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website. Each year there is a Career at the Bar open day, and I can commend that open day to you, having attended it myself not too long ago. In your first year of practice as a reader like me, you receive particular assistance from two senior members of the profession of at least 7 years seniority, and they meet with you weekly, review your work, provide you some practical advice and teach you skills. But the support that you receive is not limited to those two barristers. You will find that the bar is renowned for its collegiality, and everyone's door is open to you to assist you with the challenges that you face as you embark upon what can be a tough career at times. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers. It has a range of committees, including the New Barristers Committee, which organises functions for barristers in their first 5 years of practice, and the Diversity and Equality Committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, being to attract the best talent to the bar, regardless of your religion, race, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a solicitor or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Bar Association or the Law Society and to use your skills to assist your community. Giving back is one of the responsibilities that comes with membership of this privileged profession. You will also find it a rewarding way to deepen the connections with your colleagues. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and extend a big congratulations to you all on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and of the profession you have just joined. It's a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. You are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We, Justice Kavanagh, Justice Sweeney, and I offer you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. And so on behalf of all the judges of the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.
Who could not want to come to the bar?